talk to you. Keeping it clean and dry is going to be big, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You taking a picture of the whole thing?
I'm recording it.
Oh, okay. Keeping it clean and dry, use a sanitary pad if you need to keep that area clean, okay?
Normally they have like these little blue
while you're
that
here,
we normally
exactly. While you're here, we'll have those. I'm just saying, even when you go home,
do the same thing.
Same thing. Okay. Keeping something there to keep it dry. Okay.
But y'all gonna tighten me up real good.
Yeah, we'll make sure everything's.
She don't want no lulu.
I want to make sure it's clean. I just don't want to get no infections while I'm here.
Exactly, and we'll give you antibiotics too to help prevent that. But a lot of it has to do with how well it's kept clean and dry when you go home. And obviously, let us know if anything comes up.
Alcohol? Can we use alcohol to clean it?
No, actually,
no alcohol.
Normal soap and water.
Soap and water.
Exactly.
You better mess me up over here.
That's what I asked.
We're just gonna pretend like he's not doing what he's doing right now. Okay, so the other thing is, again, always worst case scenario, but we normally don't have these issues. The organs around where we're cutting are your bowels and your bladder. Things that carry your urine and your stool, we obviously do everything we can to avoid those. If anything were to happen, we would either repair them right then and there, or potentially if something were to be damaged, there might be a chance of surgery at a later date to repair anything. We normally never have any issues with that. Okay? Also, the other thing is we're cutting on the other side of where the baby is. In your case, especially because the uterus we think is so thin, there is a very, very small chance we could nick the baby. If that happens, which it almost never does, it's usually just a superficial scratch and baby heals up just fine.
Okay.
And then lastly, anytime you become pregnant, vaginal delivery or C-section, there's a chance you could lose a good amount of blood.
Hold on, what you saying?
Anytime you become pregnant and you deliver the baby vaginally or via cesarean, there's always a chance you could lose a good amount of blood.
So I would need another transfusion.
So potentially there's a chance of transfusion, but also if we did everything we could possibly do to stop the bleeding, and the only thing we had left to do to stop the bleeding is to take out your uterus, there's a very small chance that can happen. Okay?
That's fine.
That would mean no more babies, which I know is your plan
for.
anyway. Exactly.
Yes.
But
as long as it doesn't harm me.
Exactly. But we wouldn't ever do that unless that was the last thing we had left to do to keep you alive.
Okay.
That's the worst case scenario kind of thing.
Okay.
But I want you to know there's always those very small risks. Okay.
Alright.
So the other thing is that you do want to get your tubes tied, correct?
Yes.
So getting your tubes tied is permanent. If you have any thoughts about them not getting tied, as you provide them, if you have any thoughts about not wanting to get tied, now is the time to tell us. Even if you are rolling back to the door, we're starting to cut. If you have any doubts whatsoever, let us know and we will not go through
This is number 4.
I want you to know that there are other forms of birth control that are as effective as getting your tubes tied, but they are not permanent. So if you have any doubts, just let us know, okay?
And those are like, this is permanent, and then those are like stuff that I will have to actually take.
Well, there's a thing that goes in your arm and there's a thing that goes in your uterus. They're as effective as getting your tubes tied, but they're not permanent. This one lasts for 3 years. This one lasts for 5 years.
No.
But okay. So,
make it permanent. Burn it. Throw it away.
this is my birthday, 1983.
Really?
Yeah.
84 though.
Y'all got the same birthday?
Y'all have to rub it in.
But your birthday is July 27th?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Y'all twins.
Aww.
A year apart.
So you're about to have 4 babies, now we have 0. You're a little bit ahead of me.
Well, I mean, you're a doctor, right?
Yeah. So the risk of a bilateral tubal ligation, and what we'll do is we already, once we get the baby out, we take a look at everything, make sure everything looks normal and healthy.
Okay.
Rather than just putting it right back in, what we'll do is put a clip or put on some ties and cut it. As soon as you're done with the C-section, you will have permanent sterilization. Okay. The risk of that,
like anything.
Nothing extra. The only thing extra we do is actually physically tying the tubes. We pull them out already just to make sure that everything looks healthy. We don't do anything different. The only thing different we do is physically tying the tube. But the risks are the same because anytime we do anything, there's risk. So there's risk of bleeding, infection, damage to the organs around where we're cutting. So obviously,
I'm already open though.
Exactly. But the thing is, the only difference is that potentially if something were to be adherent to something, like your bowels adherent to the tube, there is potential for damage to that. If that were the case, we wouldn't tie your tubes.
Okay, cool.
So we use common sense. If we have any concerns for anything happening, we wouldn't risk it.
Okay.
But
you wouldn't tie my tubes, then I can't use the restroom.
No, we wouldn't tie the tubes that carry your urine rather than the tubes that carry the egg.
Great.
No, we know what we're doing. Hopefully.
Yes.
But no. So anyway, the risks are the same. And then you're having a boy, is that right? Okay, do you want to get it circumcised?
Yes, do it immediately.
So circumcision is just for looks. What we do is cut the excess skin from the end of the penis. The risks are the same as C-section: bleeding, infection, damage to the organs around where we're cutting. So the organ around where we're cutting is the penis. We know how important penises are. We try not to damage them. But if anything were to happen, we would either repair it right then and there, or if it were more serious, you might potentially need to have a surgery down the road. We do these all the time. We don't usually have any issues, okay?
You just have to say.
Exactly. And then lastly, it sounds like you've already received blood in the past, but we always like to know if you would be willing to receive blood products if we thought we needed to give them to you.
Yeah, as long as you guys say they clean.
Yes. So we check blood more than once. We check it multiple times for infections. 1 in a million chance we miss hepatitis, which is a liver disease. 1 in 2 million chance we miss HIV.
Jesus.
We don't plan on giving you blood. We don't expect to give you blood. We can get people in and out of here quite often without any need for blood. But the only time we would ever give it to you without talking to you about it first is if we thought we needed to save your life. If you were just becoming symptomatic, we would talk to you about it first. Okay? So what you and I just talked about was repeat C-section, bilateral tubal ligation, circumcision, and blood products. Do you agree with all that?
Blood type, right?
Yes. And we'll do everything. We've got your labs from the clinic. We'll do everything we can do to transfer everything over, and we'll check your blood today as well.
Okay.
All right.
She did say so.
Yeah. So that's going to be our plan, okay?
Okay,
You okay with all that? All right. So what I'm going to do next is come in and do an ultrasound, take a look, make sure baby's head is down, and see if we see anything abnormal with the uterus, which I don't expect to see based on my last report. Okay?
Okay, am I going to get another room besides this one?
Yes, absolutely. So this is our ER. What we'll do is you actually probably will go to the OR straight from here. Yeah, so we'll get everything set up, and we'll take you to the OR. We'll do the C-section. You'll recover in our recovery room, and then once you are doing well, we'll send you upstairs to a private room.
Really? So, like, I'm going to be up really late.
We'll try and put you to sleep and help you sleep after you have the baby.
Okay.
Yeah. Once you have the baby, we will give you medication to make you feel okay, and then after that, if you feel comfortable enough to go to sleep, go to sleep.
Oh, okay.
We're not going to keep you up for any reason. All right? All right.
What time are we talking about?
Well, it just depends on how quickly we can get everything together. My hope is that it happens within the next 2 hours. But this is an ER, and people come in all the time. Something more serious might show up, and you seem to be doing really, really well right now. If anything changes and you're not doing well, you would obviously be moved up quicker. But otherwise, if somebody comes in that's more urgent, we might potentially do them first. As of right now, I think you're our next C-section. So we'll work on getting you back as quickly as we can.
Okay.
Okay.
I guess I would have to, like, are they going to prep me here?
They will. The anesthesia doctors will come and talk to you, and they will give you. I don't think we have to do anything more here. They'll give you the anesthesia and all that kind of stuff in the OR.
In the OR.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. And I think I've got a copy.
Do I have to get a thing that's in your back?
The epidural? Yeah. I think you'd want it. Otherwise,
I
you
mean,
feel
I know.
everything from here.
I know I would want it.
Yeah.
Nerves.
I have a copy of this, I believe. If I don't have it, I'll come back and get it from you. But thank you for showing me those. So sit tight. Let me work on everything, okay?
All right.
Thank you.
Lord have mercy. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. And He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. Leading me beside still water, He restores my soul. Lead me in the path of righteousness for His name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil. For thou with me, thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of my enemy. Thou anointest my head with oil, my cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. And I'll dwell in the house of the Lord forever and ever. Amen.